My finest work. Ah!
Super going to contest this bottom rune. Skywrath, I think, realizing without boots, he's actually going to lose that battle. Gets the Viper to come in to help him out, though. And oh, actually, Super doesn't get the rune in there.
Yeah, I thought Super was closer. Now CTY is rotating in, gets the chains off onto 2. Super really getting slowed down. Ice is going to try for the surge away, but the body block, CTY almost going down, I think, to that last Quill Spray, but Ice with one last auto attack still finishes him, and Old Chicken will be able to continue the pursuit. Looks like they're going to bring down 2 cores. Really disastrous rune for Vici Gaming there.
Yeah.
And top lane, we're not
Super
done.
is so
11's
indecisive.
totally blocked in. Tries for the TP, but he's just gone. Alright, so 2 for 2 all over the map.
Okay on his own at the bottom lane, but he's getting pressured quite heavily. Ice, now level 6, is actually level for level with CTY and putting a lot of pressure onto the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and there's only 1 point in the Flame Guard as well, so the Iron Shell's going to dispel that super quickly. He should know that the Earthshaker's down here, but
Wow.
still just going to get totally blown
That just
up.
happened too fast.
Yeah, 11.
11 was even ready for the counterplay. Like, if Ice died, he was like, oh, I'll TP in, but that fissure wall just instantly blew him up with the vacuum.
Yeah, did he even take... no, it looks like just the one instance of... It might not know about this 11 Invisor necessarily. They see ZYF blink forward, it's right into 11, and everything's going to be on cooldown for such a long time. Fenrir unable to get in range for the Grave. Has 2 points in it, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like a few more auto attacks going to bring him down. Just buy some time with the Grave, but he's definitely dead. There are some more Vici Gaming heroes heading up, but Ice won't be able to do anything, and looks like they're just going to have to totally forfeit this tower.
Kited around badly by the Viper. Instead, he's going for some split push plays, and now they're actually going to gank him out in the mid lane. Super thrown up in the air. The Walrus Punch is there. CTY has a chain still, and I don't think he can take this one. He may get 1 kill on his way out. Will bring down the Skywrath Mage. No chance of getting CTY as well. A 1-for-1, but EHOME get the more important kill. It's kind of just safe lane off on like single target pickoffs.
Yeah, Vici with the smoke coming in, looking for something. Kaka still manages to get down the tombstone, healing up a little bit off the decay, and he's still full HP with the soul rip. Wall gets dropped, and looks like they will be able to focus down the tomb. Ice being isolated. FY running in, that's gonna actually get the silence over onto him, but he still manages to drop the echo. Do they have enough damage? They're all inside the snowball. Old Chicken dropping very low. FY still alive, courtesy of the Grey. That's 2 down so far, and no casualties from Vici. Kaka looking to keep on fighting here, but Ice burning him down. And looks like it is going to be a 3-for-1 end of the day. FY managing to drop all of his spells, so not even all that unhappy about going down. And still getting a lot of golden experience, I think.
I mean, that fight, ultra late game, he really struggles. Like, the few core bristlebacks I've seen the last few days, it's been run mid by S4 as well as Vega. It just could not fight in the ultra late game, despite having a good start before that. Top lane, Vacuum Wall comes out. They've gone in on EHOME here. They need some kind of chase here. Where's the Queen of Pain? Looks like EHOME for now just looking to back off, heal themselves back up, super charging in. Has a haste rune of all things. He's looking to wreak havoc here. Gets thrown up in the air by a Walrus Punch. The mech going to come through to heal him up. Nice 2-hero fissure. And 11 and Old Chicken both in trouble here. Super just ignoring the tusk, running further forward. That haste rune though going to wear off, and be a little bit careful here. Super getting low underneath the T1 tower. Without a haste rune, he may just go down. He's got no TP during the Grave, and that Grave going to wear off soon. It looks like he may go down. The heals are there, just barely enough sustain. He gets out of the Skywrath Mystic Flare as well. 0 for 0. Despite like both teams dishing out like 4 to 5k damage, no one goes down.
Yeah, crazy fight at
I guess it's not done yet.
He's not done. He wants to surge in, wants to do some more Iron Shell damage. Needs to be careful. There's a snowball. There's actually plenty to catch him. There's the Ice Shards as well. Do they have another Grave? No, it's still 5 seconds on cooldown. And not a whole lot of mana left on Fenrir. And now ZYF's in some trouble. Silence stop. Now the Grave comes out, but not really helping all that much. FY wants to drop an Echo Slam, but he won't be able to. Just getting right-click down as EHOME sustain through with the Urn, with the mech, and the Soul Repeal, and do end up taking that fight. CTY just be a nuisance. Top knows that the Queen of Pain is not going to be enough to force him back. And there isn't all that much lockdown on Vici either, so living life on the edge, but he doesn't have a Remnant out far enough away here, so Ice is going to go after one, throws it a second, gets vacuumed back, fissured, and well, looks like a little bit of overconfidence from CTY. They may be losing track of where his other Remnant duration was at.
That's kind of the answer. It's going to be a Blink Echo Slam before he can Remnant out.
Smoke reveals smoke. Ice here in the front lines. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Super's getting slowed down a little bit by the Viper Strike. ZYF does not have a blink away for a little bit, still holding onto his BKB for the time being. But are they going to let Super go? Looks like no. Ice drops the vac, drops the wall. Old Chicken actually drops very low off of that. Has some one charges, and that's going to give him enough mana to reactivate the mech. Kaka's still tanking through, but End right-clicking away with the BKB. They still haven't got to the tomb just yet, so that is stacking up. But EHOME have already lost 2. Looks like Tusk going down over by the Rune fight, and Vici Gaming once again coming out ahead.
Yeah, that was... Tusk was actually in the middle of that Sonic Wave that came out as well. And they're looking for CTY. The Fissure won't latch, but Vici Gaming just... Darkseer arriving at the right time, and Ice is kind of the reason that fight gets turned around. It was starting off a bit poor for Vici Gaming with Super and N kind of overcommitting there, but they're tanky enough. They have the sustain from the BKB and the Bristleback while doing Bristleback things that there's so much time for Ice to arrive with a tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. EHOME were just fighting a bit too close to the Vici Gaming towers.
Bristleback has so much health as well. I think that was the... I'm gonna jump in. Echo Slam gets dropped on an old chick in the vac as well. 11, I think, going in for the save with the snowball. Buys him a little bit of time. There's a silence on the FY. They pop out. Ice in the thick of things here, but not blocked in anymore by the Ice Shards. Are still working on the tower. But the tombstone's stacking up. Kaka running into the middle of everything here. Super has his back turn, but is that going to be enough? Gets caught by the chains. Fenrir, does he have the grave? He does. He's going to save Super here in the midst of everything, but he's still getting ticked down. ZYF jumps into the middle there, and will just be brought down by the snowball. Bunch of heroes jumping in from EHOME. Super also slated to fall, and that's going to be 2 big cores dead for Vici, and everybody else scattering to the winds.
I mean, these are some crazy team fights with both teams having such tanky frontliners in the Viper and the Bristleback, and then just...
and looks like we might not be done with the fighting just yet, as Vici heads straight into the Roshan pit. Pretty bold, but they do have their Sonic Wave, they do have their BKB available here.
And Viper's BKB not here. He's trying to just get that last creep or two in the bottom lane, and we'll be flying out on the Courier. And if that arrives in time, I think we'll see EHOME come in to contest it, but Roche is dropping pretty damn fast. The Sigil is proving to be a bit of a nuisance, though.
Yeah, there's the Tombstone on the high ground as well. This is a difficult place to fight. They're working on the Tomb on the high ground, and actually blinking up to deal with that, but Roshan in the meantime not taking any damage, and more heroes arriving soon. Super gets surged forward. They're actually looking for Kaka isolated off to the side, but the rest of the EHOME forces are going to come running in to the midst of everything. 11 trapped on the high ground, but he's still got the snowball to buy some time. The wall doing a little bit of damage. This fight's getting somewhat crazy. Ice dropping low. Another shards comes out. 11 doing good work, but the EHOME heroes can't actually get into the pit to finish him off. He's blocked off. N comes in with the Sonic Wave. BKB, Old Chicken just going to stand and man fight here. Super doing the exact same. Fenrir, does he have a grave? No. It's already been used. That's going to be 2 cores down, and 2 for 2 so far this fight. Roshan still stands, and who is going to be left?
And without Bristle, they can't. Yeah, no Bristle. I guess no Viper as well. So neither team have any heroes to actually really finish Roche off with, despite how low it is. Whoa. It was interesting. It was very split up, that fight. Clop was just chasing the Undying around. Didn't actually kill him, but did prevent... I mean, Undying did... After his tomb died, he did not use a spell in that fight because of what the Queen of Pain did. And uh-oh. Speaking of that, poor Undying gets thrown on a cliff, but does have a full staff to get down. He's just kind of baiting around.
That's the value D-word while he's up there.
Yeah.
As well.
Thanks for the pull. I'll take that.
Alright.
And Vici Gaming... I imagine may head right back towards this Roche pit. EHOME will be forced to kind of linger around, and they may not be... They're actually in pretty good fighting shape. Tusk still full HP and mana. He's got all his spells. Viper can also just instantly return, and we'll have a BKB once he gets back here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I really think the Queen of Pain play in that fight was probably what let Vici Gaming down a little bit, because they'd already dealt with the Tombstone. Yeah. From the Undying, and Fenrir gonna get caught out bottom lane, not in a safe enough position. He's just gonna get bursted under the silence, but Vici were smoked, looking for more. They jump in, they're gonna drop the stuns onto Old Chicken and Kaka, and Old Chicken manages to pop off the BKB, but he's just getting right-clicked down. ZYF blinking a little bit further forward. He's gonna look for more. They've also got the surged up Bristleback. 11 gets Glimmer Caped. He does have the blink at the ready, and as soon as the Queen of Pain leaps in, he is gonna make his escape. So, 2 for 1, but this might mean that Vici Gaming are able to head in and finish up Roshan. They don't have the medallion from the Dazzle for another 10 seconds, but he's going to be back up soon, and there's a tier 1 tower waiting on bottom lane for him to TP in.
I'm looking to make another contest, though. They're sending in the Sigil for some vision, but I don't see this being possible without the Viper.
Yeah, I mean, it really looks like in this situation, best thing you can hope for is the CTY steal. FY in a little bit of trouble off to the side, but Ice with the wall, with the vac, with the Greaves, helps keep him alive a little bit longer, and as ZYF comes jumping out, the snowball buys a bit more space, but they've already lost the Skywrath Maid. Tusk manages to get the blink away, does not get hit by the Scream, but he's out of defensive options here. They have enough damage. Will be able to bring him down before the snowball ends. CTY trying for an Eternal Envy play, goes in to try and finish up the Roche, but does not have nearly the farm that Envy had in that game. And Now what's gonna happen? Things are getting even crazier. Buyback from the Skywrath Mage. Roshan's still not dead. And
Viper's back.
what is happening here, gods?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, that was a question. I guess Earthshaker was like thinking they were going to go into Roshan, but positioning himself in the river was not the play. EHOME now, they're going to look to re-engage here. Super's going to be careful on the Bristleback. He's getting very low early on. The Vacuum not going to succeed as Old Chicken's BKB. Super's going to need a grave soon. It comes out maybe half a second too soon, but at least it keeps him alive for now. Doesn't go for the TP. Instead, he's going to get surged back, healed back up as well. Nice ice on the low ground, caught up by a Searing Chain's Mystic Flare, goes down, and Super, he's back in, and without a grave this time, he's going to be very careful. He's trying to cut around, knows that the Queen of Pain is back, but this is a Queen of Pain without a Sonic Wave, who's also silenced up. Blink, Echo, FY, catches out too perfectly. He's got a Fissure in a second here, going to lock in CTY, Blink Scream from End, and there we go. Finally, a team comes out on top of this Roshan fight, and it's Vici Gaming.
So 3 consecutive Roshan fights just to get the one Rosh. FY with the patience makes the plays.
That was almost a Roche snipe from the Ice Shards. I think it was just didn't actually quite have the range on the Ice Shards.
And we're gonna go, jump in, Echo 2 down immediately, mega kill for ZYF. Old Chicken also getting pummeled. The Weave minus armor stacking up. ZYF blinks in aggressively, gets a silence on the Kaka. And Vici gonna take this tower, no problem.
What a team fight. Vacuum Echo, that was beautiful. And EHOME just couldn't even react. They felt like, oh, we're positioned well enough here, but the Vacuum just pulled them all together, and before they could react, it was just 2 heroes down. And even when it's 2 supports, like that just leaves the Viper too exposed to fight into a Bristleback Queen of Pain. And importantly, everyone on Vici was still healthy at the end of that.
Yeah, and they're just gonna keep on going. Glyph's already being used. I mean, it's relatively low respawns on both the Tusk and the Skywrath, but they're still working at this, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get Vici to leave all that easily. CTY's already made his way back, going to start laying out the slight damage. Old Chicken in some trouble, gets force-staffed a little bit further away, but it's not at a great angle, and he's just going to get right-clicked down, it seems. No buyback up for this Viper, and BG, sensing blood in the water, going to start pressing forward even further. Had an Orchid coming out. CTY not going to be able to throw another slight, just getting delayed here by YJ. I haven't been able to claim the melee barracks just yet. This Tombstone's doing work along with the Sigil.
I think if they heal back up, like Shadow Wave and Greaves, they'll go back in. Because with the Viper dead, they are so much stronger right now. And they're going to go in with the BKB Bristleback. He's looking for kills here. The Fissure is there. CTY silence up. They got the damage to bring him out. No, he's going to get the Remnant out. Just barely escapes back to the safety of his own base. And Vici Gaming thinking themselves to back off a little bit here. Is this a re-engage? No, they're actually going to fully TP out. And just the range Rex, despite having a 5v4 with Viper dead without buyback, they don't manage to get anything more.
Yeah, and they've already opened up the EHOME base entirely now, so if they get their hands on the Aegis, could be big. Vici's actually going to jump in. They want the free melee barracks here. They're going to see if EHOME are going to try and defend. And if they win this fight, this could be amazing. Old Chicken right-clicking away onto Super, but they've still got backup. The Weave armor is actually ticking up, and they've got the Greaves as well, so not really taking any damage from the Viper or from the Ember Spirit at the moment. They get the melee barracks, now they're just trying to make their escape. FY gets brought down, but they vacuum 3 into the Sonic Wave. C2Y gets bashed, trying to make his escape, doesn't have a Remnant up, gets the Manta off. Will he be able to make his way back up onto the high ground? Just barely gets enough mana to be able to make the jump. ZYF getting right-click down will actually end up falling. Old Chicken fighting against Super, who gets surged forward. Now Grave looking for more, gets the double. It's 2 for 3 so far. And Vici, can they get everybody else out? Fenrir's actually really low, well not low, but kind of isolated here. Doesn't have a TP scroll. Wants to try and get out of here with this gem. Super's going to come in for the backup. Ice has Greaves at the ready once again. Another snowball out of 11. Not looking great for EHOME, but can they get everybody out? Blink away from 11. And that is going to be that, though. Still a great fight for Vici.
Last time was very much a Viper buyback that helped propel them back into the fight.
They've got the Weave stacking up. Old Chicken not going to do too much. It's an immediate buyback. The Vacuum in onto 3, but where's the follow-up? Nothing just yet. Sonic Wave's going to catch a few, but Lamb's still fairly tanky and stuck in the middle of all of this. Fenrir close enough for a grave if required. Old Chicken being focused down first. They know that he won't be able to buy back, so they eliminate the Viper immediately. Nice. Meanwhile, just sitting off to the side. Super going to keep on working. 11 trying to stall this out. Super actually getting dropped extremely low by the Mystic Flare. Grave a little bit preemptive, but at least being safe. Ice now the one in some trouble. There's a Glimmer Cape. Is there going to be enough damage from the CTY cleave? Another vacuum into the Echo Slam. FY with the patience. Finds a second kill here. CTY still going to work with the Slight. Another jump away towards the Remnant, but do they have the catch? N jumps forward, does not have the Orchid. It's on cooldown for another couple of seconds. Kako with another Force Staff away. But EHOME are looking battered and bruised. And they're going to head back to the fountain as Vici claim this second lane Arax here.
I can't believe Ice gets out there. Like, that's just ridiculous. He just hides himself on the high ground and then blinks out as the Arcane Bolt's about to hit him.
And another vacuum comes in into the Fissure from the side FY. That has got to be it. No buybacks left.
He just finds like these 2-3 hero vacuums to start off every single fight. And then it's followed up by the FY Fissure onto multiple heroes. Like, every single fight is just Ice leading the way with these vacuums.
And the other terrifying thing is that FY is reading these fights so well that, you know, it's not rushing in every single vacuum. It was the second vacuum that fight where he really chose to commit in and